Welcome back to Happening Now with Hammer, the only Newport Beach podcast that is worth watching anymore. We're coming to you from beautiful Newport Beach. Spring has finally sprung. We've got sunshine back in the air and the clouds are gone. We'll hammer. Now, today I'm joined in the studio by the only man you can always find in the tool section, Hammer.
Love you guys. We got a hell of a deal today. What do we got going on today, Adam?
We got an awesome guest, Kye. He came to us from... How are your knees feeling, Kye? Was the flight okay?
Yeah, they're getting there. They're all right. It's a good thing I took some fish oil this morning.
Good.
So
He came from that prison island they call Australia.
And it's become a paradise thanks to the hard work of people like Kye and his business, Macro Culture.
Yeah, but how do you think Australia's become a paradise, bro? I mean, it's got the deadliest shit in the world. I mean, everything is deadly over there. That's why Kye's over here now.
Tubes. That's why it's a paradise, dude. And honestly, let's just cut into it too. Hoes. I feel like Aussie chicks can just be absolute.
well, I have to
cases.
come to a little bit of a defense,
Okay.
and I'll explain it because it works both ways. I have to say, and I'm not speaking from personal experience, but I am speaking from personal experience because when American dudes go to Australia, it's almost like a penny dropping contest as to who can get them down the fastest, just to get with someone who has a cool accent.
Which is incredible to me because, like, whenever I've met Australian chicks in the States, maybe it's just like my effeminate boyishness, but they always hit me with this line. They're like, you sound a little bit gay.
Yeah. And I mean, they're not afraid to put it out there and tell you how it is.
Yeah.
I think that's something I definitely appreciate about Australian women is the fact that they are just very blunt and straight to the point. But in all honesty, like I said, it works both ways. An Aussie guy comes over here to America and, people are definitely attracted to the accent. And I'm glad that they are because they look past this, which is awesome. It works well for me.
Kye, you're really good. Just turn the lights off, right?
Yeah.
You listen to my voice.
Yeah, pretty much. This is not something you want to see or feel. So let's just go with the accent. That's what's going to get them.
So, guys, today we're here. We're going to talk about... it's that time of year. It's spring, as Adam said, and it's time to take care of yourself, right? And today we are talking about what, Adam?
We are talking macro culture, health, and supplements.
So, Kye, what is macro culture?
So macro culture essentially is a supplement store traditionally, as people would assume, but macro culture goes a little bit more deep into what we can actually help people achieve within their fitness journey. So whether that be...
Real quick, where's your store at here in town?
Okay, so we're actually at 1909 Harbour Boulevard, Costa Mesa. It used to be known as Australian Sports Nutrition, ASN, but we've just recently taken over the location.
And you're also online, correct?
Yes, absolutely. You can find us at www.macro-culture.com for all of your online supplement needs. We do ship anywhere in the country, and all orders over 150 gets free shipping.
And guys, we'll have all that stuff for you right down here. You know how it goes. Right after you hit that subscribe and that like and, that love button. So I've always thought about this guy, like, guys go in there and, you're a big weightlifter and a muscle dude. I think, is that what it still is all about?
I mean, it depends on where you go, and you definitely will find stores like that all around. So if you're comfortable with that, then that's fantastic if that works for you. But we actually have a completely different setting. We want to be able to help any person with where they're at right now to be able to get to where they really want to be. And we like to do that by making sure that we find out a lot about you and what your current situation looks like so that we can best help you implement change, whether that's like mentality, whether that's physically, whether it's through nutrition. We want to be able to make sure that you feel comfortable knowing that we have your best interests at heart.
That's awesome because I think people are scared to go into some of those places, and then you get there and you don't know anything. Okay, you walk in. I mean, if you're a novice, right? You come into the store. Usually, you have a young kid working behind the counter. They don't really know much, but it's different at your place, isn't it?
It definitely is. Myself personally, I've got over 18 years of experience within the fitness nutrition space. my first ever job in fitness was actually at GNC in Australia, which is, really cool to look back on that, because I learned a lot from the guys who worked at GNC. They're very detail orientated about how they actually present their products and educate people, because it's important for people to understand what they're putting into their bodies. Like we see it every day, people getting hypersensitive about Splenda, people getting hypersensitive about, what food colorings and food dyes that they have in their system, but they know nothing about the ingredients that go into their bodies through supplementation or even food. So we want to be able to help educate them based on our knowledge and understanding of what our space is, and give them all of those details.
And you don't grind them. You're not one of those stores that you have to have the most expensive stuff. You go into some of those stores and they just take you right to that expensive shelf, right?
Yeah. Well, most of the time, actually, it works a little bit differently than that, and I'll explain it. Most stores have their own brands. So whether the store is called whatever it is, they'll have a product within that store that they actually manufacture themselves. So they're making an extremely large profit margin on that.
Sure.
And that's the one that they'll push you towards. Because it makes more sense for their business. It may not necessarily be the best product in the store or the most expensive product in the store, but I can guarantee this, it's probably not the highest quality product in the store. And we're about quality. So we don't actually have any own brands within the store. Everything is outsourced to companies that I've tagged, tested, and tried. And I've made sure that we've made that selection based off my experience through this whole industry and understanding manufacturing, distribution, and then obviously the ingredients.
And guys, the one thing that's really cool about this, Kye, he knows the gig, right? And he's actually in the store. Are you in there, 5 days a week, 7 days a week? How often are you in there?
I'm in there a lot more than I would love to be, but it is my passion. So whenever I get to go in and get the opportunity to talk to some people, I actually love it. But I am there full time, 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. So people can come find me there between 10 and 6 Monday through Friday, and 9 till 5 on a Saturday. So,
and guys, I encourage you to don't be scared of this stuff. It's what you should be doing. It's what I should be doing. It's what all of us should be doing. Kye, if I need to lose a little bit of weight, I'm in my I'm that old. Is that a good place for me to come and talk to you and for you to give me a good direction?
Yeah, our space should feel safe for anybody, depending on any goal that you have. So it doesn't matter of age, weight, what sex you are, any of that. Like, none of it is important to us. What is important to us is knowing exactly what it is that you would like to achieve and how we can actually help you get there. So anybody can feel safe, because at the end of the day, we're only going to provide the products that you need based on what you have actually told us. We're going to give you educated, access to the information for certain products that you may not necessarily thought that you have needed, but it's only because based on our experience and understanding of the back end of things, like your training, what your day-to-day life might be, because we've asked those questions, we now have understood that, okay, there's a little bit more to this assignment than what we first thought. So here's some recommendations. If you choose not to go down the recommended route, but you want just these couple of great things, then that's cool with us too. But always do some research. So we'll give you items to actually look up and take home and think about, so that when you come back next time, you've got all the information that you need to get what you need.
And now for somebody like myself, I'm turning 30 this month.
Yep.
I feel like, I know. Put that one out there. Sorry.
So that's what 30 looks like now? Okay, I'm gonna just say, I didn't, wow. Rode hard, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I feel like I've had like my hobbies that have kept me healthy. I've had like my surfing, my rock climbing, but I haven't really done much gym stuff since I really like got out of college. And now that I've Ben, as my co-host so eloquently put it, rode hard and put away wet.
Yeah.
Wow. I feel like I'm getting to that point where I'm like, shit, like I think I'm kind of getting that like skinny fat issue where I like my like lack of fitness is starting to show in areas, and I'm like, shit, dude, like, what are you doing? Get back after it.
Well, I think the main point that you're making here is you're still an active guy, but at the end of the day, we are human, and muscle tissue requires a certain type of stimulus to be either present or maintained. Otherwise, if we're not using it, yes, you are going to lose it, because as we get older, maybe not at 30, like that's typically your, hormonal.
Not all the 30-year-olds.
That's like typically about your hormonal peak, like where your testosterone is typically at its highest for the average male. Everything's flowing, especially if you do take good care of yourself and you're eating a healthy diet. That's when everything should be in its prime. Realistically, your early 30s to mid 30s. Shit goes downhill real quick after that.
I'm so screwed.
You got a good 5 years in your prime, you know what I mean? That's when you're supposed to find the right one. But, it also comes down to a couple of other things too. If you're not stimulating that muscle tissue through intense load or, just through weight, let's go with weight training, right? You're just weight training. You're not stimulating that muscle tissue. It probably will fade back down, which means ultimately your metabolism's going to slow. Right? The less muscle tissue you have, the slower the metabolism that you have. Like technically, okay? Because with more muscle tissue comes higher volumes of tissue that needs to be fed. So you're going to be burning energy at a higher rate. For yourself, rock climbing and surfing, they're very intense. Like rock climbing is incredibly intense and requires a lot of strength, but you should always be training outside of that for those particular things in a different manner as well, with resistance.
And that's definitely where I've fumbled. So I'm glad Kye came in today, told me about macro culture, and let me know where to go to get the building blocks to get myself back to where I feel like I should be. And also any kind of add-ons I need that are going to help that regular training as I implement it.
Yep.
It's super important, guys, especially as you're getting older. But, you see a lot of these people there might be runners or bicycle. I'm on a bicycle every day. But if you're not lifting weights and taking the right kind of supplements, like Kye says, you're still going to be losing, especially a lot faster when you get to my age. Anytime you get over the age of 50, you got to be careful and you got to be diligent about this stuff. So you got to head down to the store, guys, or you go online and we'll have everything right here. But Hammer's going to do you a favor, okay? So if you use the promo code HAMMERTIME, they're going to give you 20% off. Is that right, Kye?
That is absolutely correct.
So guys, hit that subscribe, hit that like, show me some love, and I'll show you some love at 20% off. You got to hit this place. Check it out. We'll have it all right here. We love you guys. Peace out.